completely ridiculous, totally supernatural ways. There's just no, I mean, there's absolutely no explanation. There's absolutely no explanation for the ways that's been confirmed. So there's a gentleman in this comment section on this video that stated that the two witnesses will begin their ministry in the southeast United States. Well, my wife's from South Georgia, and it didn't hit me at the time. And he said they'll begin their ministry in the fall, on a full moon in the fall, and then he says somewhere in the next, I can't remember what he said, like 1 to 10 years, or it's pretty broad, but he's like the next 3 to 10 years or something like that. And then he says, oh, and by the way, they won't be two old men either, because everybody in the comment section is talking about it's Moses and Enoch, or Elijah and Enoch, or Elijah and Moses. God knows who it is. God knows who it is. And if we're to be indwelt with the spirit of Elijah or Moses or Enoch or Paul the Apostle or John the Apostle, that day is coming. I know it. I just don't know when. But the way he's revealed some things to me recently are just, there's no possible way I could calculate them with precision that lines up with Scripture in the Bible precisionally. And I'm talking the Daniel 9:27 prophecy. Daniel 9:27. Hello? Zilly was born at 9:27. Hello? My son painted 27 in his cross last year on the wall in his room, and he had no idea why. It's crazy. But I'm telling you. So I was sitting at the table this morning thinking 9:27, and I'm like, why is everything turning out to be 9:27 now and not just 27? We've had multiple, like the list is like probably, I went to get a storage unit when my boy Nathan, my firstborn son, came back home from being gone 2 years out in Oregon on the West Coast. And I had to go get a storage unit so I could make a place for him to sleep here, make a bedroom downstairs. And I went and got this storage unit, and first storage unit I've ever purchased in my life. And I get the key, or the paperwork on it, and the guy takes me over to the unit, and he says, yeah, you're going to be here in unit 27B. I'm like, of course it's unit 27. Of course it is. So I can't give you the unbelievably long list of 27 confirmations. My boy Eric, who painted the cross and put 27 on it, his girlfriend, she was in a bad position, she was staying with us, and she was in a bad position, needing to, her dad was giving her his truck to drive. She didn't have no vehicle, and it was a piece of junk, breaking down on her all the time, and it eventually ended up just locking up, and she's so distraught about needing a vehicle to work. And I minister to everybody that's around me, so I'm telling her, look, Jesus can take care of this. It's just a car. He can handle that. So she prayed and prayed and prayed, and she's on her own. I just give her advice. She took it upon herself and did what she had to do. And she prayed and prayed and prayed. And she didn't think she's going to have the money to do or get anything or be able to get a car. She went to a Toyota dealership. She was only 18, and she was trying to buy a pre-owned. They basically told her, without this much money or cosigner, we can't help you. She was leaving the parking lot, and the salesman come out, ran down the parking lot, chased her down. They were leaving in her dad's vehicle, flagged her down and said, wait, come back. They get her back, and they said, we might have a deal for you. you were looking at some pre-owns, but what would you say if I told you we can get you in a brand new Toyota? Brand new 2020 Toyota. She drove off the lot in a brand new 20 Toyota Yaris. 2020 Toyota Yaris. This is an 18-year-old girl, man. She's loving it. And the car had 27 miles on it. She got in the car to leave the lot. It said 27 miles. So, you guys, the 27 list goes on and on and on and on and on and on. There's at least probably 40 different, maybe 50 different 27 confirmations. So I'm sitting there this morning thinking, why is it starting to be 927 over and over? Baby Zilly was born at 927. Daniel 927. There's another 927. I can't even. Oh, her firstborn grandson or grandbaby is due 927, 926, 927. It's all right there. It's all in the same. Well, so I'm sitting at the table and I'm like, all right, if 927 is significant, and it's very significant, and it pertains to the two witnesses, it pertains to her and I, then it should match up with some prophecy in the Bible. Speaking of the two witnesses, right? 42 months, 3.5 years, 1,260 days that they prophesy from the book of Revelation. So I pull out my date calculator this morning and I'm like, well, if we're supposed to, this guy who got a vision, I don't even know this dude on YouTube. I have no idea in this comment section. Wayne Keefe is the guy's name. Wayne Keefe. And if he claims in his comment, and I tried to get some more information out of him. I said, can you elaborate on this? How do you know this? And he said, this is what he said. He said that I got screenshots of it from last year. I kept them they're on my phone. Maybe I'll put out a little video and show you guys some of these screenshots. I put out, or he says that the Lord has shown him a vision in 1987 of a future event that plays out where the two witnesses begin their ministry, okay, in the southeast United States on a full moon night in the fall at a nightclub. Wouldn't be too unlike Paula and I to have dinner down there at the, they got in the small town she's in. It's not like, booty call nightclubs. It's just a small town club, whatever. We could be there for a family function, baby reveal, things like that. And we're not making anything happen. We're just, whatever, we're going about our lives. But we know we're usually down in Georgia every fall. We didn't make it this year, but in 2020 because of the whole 2020. We just didn't get down there. But we're planning on being down there this fall. So I started thinking, okay, if there's any truth to this guy's vision, and by the way, the guy that commented, he said he was shown a vision in 1987. Well, I got saved in 1987. So it could likely be he was actually shown a vision on the very day I got saved. If, in fact, Paula and I are the two witnesses, which you can't convince me otherwise. You can't convince me otherwise. I know what Jesus has done. So it's very likely the guy got the vision the very day I was saved. So if y'all wonder why I do this, I have a deviated septum, so this whole side of my nose is completely caved in. It's like completely closed off. I got headbutted by a friend of mine when I was 21. And it ain't been the same since, and that's been 30 years ago or whatever. But anyways, I was sitting at the table this morning and I thought, okay, if 927 is significant, then it would have to do with us. And it would, if it's a date, if it's September 27th, then it'll match something. So I date calculated 1,260 days, 42 months, or 3.5 years from 927 forward of the two witnesses ministry. and it takes you to March 10th, 2025. Now, it's 3/11 because the date calculator, it doesn't add, or it doesn't count the first date that you put in or the last date. So it's missing a day, basically, because it'll say this doesn't include the last day, or doesn't include the starting date. So it'll take the starting date away, and then it'll give you to there. So 3/11 is very, very significant for us personally, but not only for us. Any watchmen and watchwomen know, if you've been watching YouTube videos for the last so many years, there's multiple people that have been given 3/11 for some reason. Well, it's got to do with the two witnesses, y'all. That's what, there's plain and simple. It's got to do with us. It's got to do with the two witnesses. Did you know that Paula and I are on the 3/11 album cover? It's called Mosaic, and it's a 10,000 fan photo mosaic made up of the band on the cover, and Paula and I made the cover. See that tattoo right there? And Paula, stick your hand over here in front of my face. Show them your tattoo, babe. So you see that tattoo there? And this tattoo here? Yeah, we're wearing VIP wristbands, and she's doing 3 on her hand, and I'm doing 11. We're doing 3/11 with our hands. So anyways, we made the album cover, and they're from Omaha, Nebraska. Well, Nick Hexum, the lead singer, was raised in California, but he moved here to Nebraska and met all of his other band members. So the majority of the band's from Omaha. Anyways, many people in the body have been given 3/11 for something. Well, it's us. If you calculate out 1,260 days from 9/27, it takes you to 3/11, 2025. So if the guy's vision that commented in YouTube a year ago, if there's truth to that, and he said that he's been shown visions multiple times, and every single thing he's ever been shown, the Lord's ever showed him, have come to pass precisely the way he was shown. So when he put that comment out, he said, this is a for sure certainty. And he said, and by the way, it's not 2 old men either. Because everybody on there is like, it's Enoch, Moses, it's Moses, Elijah. So everybody, he's like, it's not 2 old men. So y'all can forget that. Well, that meaning, not necessarily meaning, but sure sounds like if it's not 2 old men, it's either 2 women or it's a man and a woman. And it kind of